Are we about to see several Major League Soccer teams go up for sale? We've already seen two be listed this 2025 season, and I think there will be more right around the corner, especially with the World Cup in 2026. A lot of these owners are going to want to capitalize on their teams being worth more than they were when they bought into the league. Now, the first team that was announced to be sold was the Vancouver Whitecaps. The Vancouver Whitecaps listed their team for sale back in December, right before the 2025 season started. And through June, they haven't had any serious buyers or offers that we know of. So there hasn't been much movement on that front. But today, the San Jose Earthquakes announced that they were going to be for sale. Now, this is a press release by the San Jose Earthquakes. The San Jose Earthquakes announced today that the start of the process to sell controlling ownership in the club, with owners groups hiring Moelis and Co. to lead the effort. The Earthquakes were a founding member of Major League Soccer in 1996, and the club has won 2 MLS Cups, 2 Supporter Shields in its history. The team celebrated its 50th anniversary in 2024, commemorating its original founding in North American Soccer League in 1974. The club also owns and operates PayPal Park, which has a capacity of 18,000 and was completed in 2015. Hey, if you're enjoying the video, make sure you give it a like down below and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We're trying to hit 8,000 subscribers by the end of the Club World Cup, and with your help, I know we can reach that goal. So make sure you subscribe if you haven't already and hit that little bell notification so you never miss any of my videos. Now, back to the video. Now, this is the Fisher family. The Fisher family has owned the team for several years. They also own the A's, if I'm not mistaken. And the A's just recently, they're moving to Las Vegas. So there was some speculation about what San Jose would be do long term. But obviously, with him selling, they're not going to be moving. At least I don't think. On behalf of Major League Soccer, I want to thank the Fisher family for their longstanding commitment to the Earthquakes and San Jose community. Said Commissioner Don Garber, under their leadership, the club invested world-class facilities like PayPal Park, built a highly respected youth academy, and helped grow the game in one of the nation's most dynamic markets. We look forward to identifying new ownership that can build on this strong foundation and continue to elevate soccer in the Bay Area and throughout Northern California. Now, I think that this is a great thing, right? I think this is a great thing because now, guys, we have two ownership groups that have listed their clubs for sale who don't historically spend on their teams. And one of the things that we've talked about from a Major League Soccer perspective, especially if you're a fan just in general of the league or an ambitious team, is how much cheap owners hold this league back. And we know that a lot of teams, like I mentioned earlier in the video, a lot of team owners were just waiting for their value of their teams to increase before they sold their team because they wanted to capitalize. They wanted to capitalize on making the most money possible for their team. The San Jose Earthquakes are estimated to be worth $600 million. The Vancouver Whitecaps are estimated to be worth $600 million. I think Vancouver only cost like $10 million or $20 million when they were brought into Major League Soccer. So look at the return on investment. We're talking about a $20 million expansion fee for Vancouver, and then turn around and sell them for $600 million. San Jose was probably even cheaper, probably a $5 million expansion fee in 2006 when they brought them back, because the original San Jose Earthquakes moved to Houston back in the early 2000s or mid 2000s. So they are going to see a huge return on their investment, and this is what they want to do. And hopefully we see this with more teams. Okay, we see this with more teams. I listed on Twitter earlier today teams that I would like to see follow suit, and I think may follow suit. You have DC United. DC United is a team that has showed spurts of spending money. They brought Wayne Rooney in 2018, and that's kind of where and they brought in Benteke, but that's not really a big signing in my opinion. And then it's kind of stopped. They're not investing like they should. Not to a team like DC United, who's won 4 MLS Cups, has the history they have. They're not investing to the standard they need to invest in. Philadelphia Union, Jay Sugarman. Jay Sugarman has been notoriously cheap. His transfer record for the team would be 10th, 12th, 15th for some MLS teams. They just don't spend to the level you need to spend in MLS. Colorado's owned by Stan Kroenke, owns the Rams. I think he owns the Nuggets. He owns the Avalanche. He owns Arsenal. He doesn't invest in the Colorado Rapids like he should. He's holding the team back. Montreal is owned by Joey Saputo. Joey Saputo at one point did invest in Montreal. They had Didier Drogba, Marco Di Vaio. This was a team, Nacho Piatti. They invested. Just don't do that anymore. He doesn't care about the team. He just doesn't care about the team anymore. New England, obviously, in Bob Kraft, doesn't care. Probably doesn't know anything about the team. Nashville SC, they spend very, 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 very little on their team. Very little. St. Louis City SC, new team, spend very little. And if you notice, most of the teams that I named have been in the league for a very long time. It's the old heads. It's the old people in the building. These are the guys who hold the team back, or the league back. They don't want to spend money. They want to keep a constraint on what is happening in this league. They're more about how can they fill their pockets and help the game grow in this country. And this is a great thing for Major League Soccer to shed these guys out, get them out, shed the cheap owners. This is how we will truly get the league where it needs to go. Now, you see RSL. RSL was historically a cheap team. They got a new ownership group, and they've spent on young South American players, and you can see how much they've improved over the last couple of years. Now, they won MLS Cup back in the day, but they kind of stagnated for a while. They got the new ownership group, and they started spending. And it made a difference. You see all the teams who win in MLS, guys. All the teams who win in MLS more recently or in competing. These are newer MLS teams. And the reason why they're competing is because their ownership is new to the league, bought into the league, expecting to spend, wanting to spend, committed to winning. And you can see it. 2018, Atlanta United, second year in the league, wins MLS Cup. LAFC is competing since day one. New York City's competing since day one, won the MLS Cup in 2021, new team since 2015. Look at what San Diego FC is doing this year. A lot of these newer teams come out guns blazing, ready to spend, committed to winning, and you can really see it on the pitch. This is a great thing. I am so happy that this has happened. We need more of this to happen. Cash out. I expect there will be at least 2 more teams before the World Cup that will list their team for sale. I think DC United's one of them. I think DC United is 100% going to sell their team or list their team for sale. I think they're going to do that. And one of the things that they have to be careful about, and I think why that they waited a little bit before they sold their team, MLS doesn't want too many MLS teams to be on the open market because then they're openly competing with each other for sale. Vancouver's listed for $600 million. San Jose's listed for $580, right? Let's say that. Well, someone who might buy the Whitecaps for $600 is like, well, I'll go buy the San Jose for $580. So they don't want to compete and then have the prices be driven down. They don't want to just flood the market. So we will see what happens and how long it takes to sell both of these teams. I don't think San Jose is going to move. I mean, I would like to see them in San Francisco just because the market's bigger. And I think it'd be cool to have like San Francisco FC, SFFC would be kind of cool. But if they stay in San Jose, that's fine. Just hopefully that they have an ownership group that is willing to invest and make this team as good as they possibly can be. And I really hope that these cheap teams, these other cheap owners, I hope that they follow suit and just list their team for sale and cash out. The league deserves better. We need owners like Jorge Mas who are willing to spend and do whatever it takes to make their team as good as possible. The only ownership group that's an old ownership group, old, like original, right, that is willing to spend money is the LA Galaxy. That's the only team that I think is willing to spend that's an old founding member of Major League Soccer. And that has to change. That has to change. I think this is a good thing. Let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think. Are you happy that these cheap owners are finally selling? Is it good? Is it bad for the league? Do we need to see more doing it? Or is everything okay? Let me know in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the little bell notification so you never miss a video. And until next time, guys, I will see you all soon.